Hello, this is the fifth and last tutorial of the SodaCan tutorial series. In this tutorial we will be setting up our render settings for a production style render. So this is where we left off last, and this is our studio light setup. Do a quick render. Now this is what we ended up with, but we want it to be bigger and we need the image to be rendered larger, and there's some other settings we need to set before doing our final render. So let's open up our render settings. This should be fairly quick. Let's come down here to the image size. Let's go ahead and click maintain width and height ratio. Let's set our height to 900. Okay. Let's go over to make sure our quality is set to 2. Let's change this filter to Mitchell. It might be set to gauze for your alls, but Mitchell is better at rendering textures. Go over to indirect lighting, turn on global illumination and final gather. Set your final gather to 500. Let's go in here to ambient occlusion and turn on ambient occlusion. I believe that's about it. Make sure all these features are turned on for final gather, ambient occlusion, global illumination. That all looks fine. Okay, so everything's pretty much set up for our render. Let's go ahead and maximize this render view because the image is going to be large. Let's go ahead and hit render and see what happens. I'm sure you don't want to sit here and watch this while it renders, so I'm going to pause the video and start it again when it's done. Okay, here it is. This is a pretty quick and dirty production style render. There could be a lot more detail put into the render settings and made sure everything's absolutely perfect, but this is a good place to start. And something I actually just noticed now that I'm seeing this render larger is this sharp black line that runs right through your image. It is probably a little bit too late to fix that, not for you guys of course, but this would be something I should have addressed in the lighting tutorial, but I didn't see it because it's pretty well hidden. What that is that's just this light right here is emitting light this way and this way and this way, but it's not emitting light backwards. So there's a line here where this light cuts off, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing that light where it stops. That could easily be fixed by placing your lights differently, so you don't see that. That's usually the trick to hide that, or there's settings that you can find. There's one setting that'll allow you to emit light in both directions, and that's a solution to the problem that you see here. Hopefully now you know enough about Maya as a whole to where you could tackle small problems like this, and you can do that on your own. Ultimately, this is the final outcome of the whole series. This is a studio production style render of this could be for anything like a soda can ad or really anything. They can render all kinds of products like this. Hopefully you learned a lot about Maya in the process, and this is a great point now for you to go out and do something of your own and utilize all the knowledge that you gained from this series. There's plenty of things you can do with this knowledge. I know right now it might not feel like, you might not be amazing at modeling or whatever, but all these little things can apply to a lot of other situations, especially the modeling techniques that I showed you. So go model something, texture something, render something. 3D is all about having fun, and it's a hobby that we all have. We're getting paid to have fun and make 3D art, which we enjoy, which is the reason we started doing it. I hope you learned a lot, and this is something that I needed whenever I first started 3D, so I hope that this has helped you, and this will get your feet on the ground for doing 3D and get you moving in the right direction. Um, you can take this anywhere from here. Thank you, and hopefully I'll see you in future tutorial series. Goodbye.